Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be updating you on some more current latest news. Now the press are actually reporting now, this is regarding Alexis Sanchez. Now apparently Manchester City could now blatantly lose out on Alexis Sanchez. Apparently now the press are reporting PSG could land the player that PSG, we know they've invested a lot of money. We know they're instructing the deal for Mbappe, was hitting form. They also paid £198 million for their Neymar, but still PSG are still looking to add ranks into their team, and they're still looking to, add strength and depth into their team, considering the amount of money they had spent in the August window. But apparently now they could actually still get Alexis Sanchez. They were heavily linked to him, during the August window, and it did confirm, Sanchez had been spotted in Paris Saint-Germain on quite a few occasions. He'd been spotted in Paris, it did confirm Sanchez had actually met up with the PSG officials and all that to try and basically PSG wanted to get a deal finalised, and they'd had a meeting. Sanchez's agent, the PSG owners as well, I think it was, had the discussion and the meeting about it, but it never completely materialised in the process of that completely happening. And he'd been spotted in Paris Man quite a few times, but we know Sanchez was demanding £400,000 a week. I don't think PSG were willing to meet what the player was demanding, so it had come to a conclusion. But PSG may be still convinced they can get the player, and they may even will to offload Cavani so they can add Sanchez into the mix with Mbappe and currently Neymar in the process as well. But there's still press saying Manchester United are still interested in Sanchez. But it's obviously, we know City, have been emerged as the front runners basically to get Alexis Sanchez in January. Where he'll come cheap because he's free to discuss with other teams in January. Is Alexis Sanchez, and he's coming to an end of his deal, and we know Sanchez and Arsene have had discussions. Sanchez is coming to an end of his deal. He has refused to sign a new deal as well. But Manchester City had a 50 million bid turned down because they weren't prepared to do a cash only deal. City had a 60 million bid rejected, accepted initially, but Arsenal couldn't find that replacement. Considering the amount of money that Arsenal, generated in the August window, obviously they'll have plans for January to get them replacements on the board as well, and they've still got Ozil there that is coming to an end of his deal at Manchester United. Reportedly are interested in Music Ozil as well, but apparently, with Alexis Sanchez case, reason up the ranks under knees, as I said, and I still think he could be emerged as, front runners. Sanchez will go to City because, Pep Guardiola and him were fantastic together at Barcelona. As I said, he was very, very good. He's won 3 FA Cups in 4 seasons with Arsenal as Alexis Sanchez, and he did turn down £300,000 from Arsenal as well, and also Bayern Munich had been interested in the player. Quite a few teams have been interested in Alexis Sanchez, who Arsenal did pay £35 million for. From Arsenal's perspective, I think they'd rather cash in January. As long as they get that replacement, they will offload the player. As long as they can get that replacement on the board, and he will come cheap as well, will Sanchez. But I think Arsenal would rather raise these funds and find a replacement for Alexis Sanchez, because we know he's wanted to make the move as Alexis Sanchez for the entirety of the August window, because he just clarified that he wanted Champions League football. Made his decision after the Confederations Cup that he wanted to make the move, but City didn't get were frustrated. They didn't get the deal finalised due to Arsenal couldn't find that replacement. And we know Arsenal's main priority target was Lemar. In the process, Arsenal had 3 bids rejected. There'd been discussions between Arsenal and Monaco, but Monaco are very reluctant and resisted to offload the player, considering the amount of money Monaco made in the August window, for the departure of their players. I think they raised nearly £300 million, as I said, in the process. But yeah, this is it, and I think Arsenal may still go for Lemar in January, even though they've still got other players on mind to find replace Sanchez, because I think they're convinced Sanchez will make the move. Whether it's going to be PSG, I do not know, but PSG, spent absolute staggering amounts of money. But obviously we know PSG also have offloaded a couple of players, but they still need to, offload players, to avoid financial fair play regulations. PSG had these problems back in 2013 with the financial fair play regulation. With Lemar, Liverpool had been heavily linked with a player after Arsenal had failed when Venner classified it as dead. Liverpool had 2 record fees, which would have been a record fee if they'd have got him, of 56.66 or 55.66, and they were in the process of putting another bid in, and then Arsenal had come in with an astonishing 92 million bid, had been accepted, but apparently the press were reporting that Lemar didn't want to make the move, further move to Liverpool, but Arsene Wenger had denied these suggestions. And Lamar's very, very good, he's done very, very well. He's a good young age prospect, he can play anywhere in the middle, he can play anywhere on the left. He's very, very good for France. I think he's still got 3 years left of his deal with Monaco, but Arsenal still may go for him in January. And the Press were reporting about 3 weeks ago that apparently Arsenal had initially agreed a deal of I think it was a 5-year deal and £250,000 a week. It was actually reporting in the press, and it was £92 million. But I think Arsenal have got other persons on mind. As I said, they've still got. I think they've had that interest in Lucas Moura. That's another PSG player that. Lucas Moura, because he's struggling. Lucas Moura, he's struggling to get first team football, especially now. With Mbappe there, Neymar, and still Cavani in the team. He's struggling. Man United went for him in 2012. Inter Milan nearly went for him in 2012, but PSG had bought him for £38 million. I think he's only made one start this season for Paris Saint-Germain. Is Lucas Moura. But Arsenal, I think, have been interested in him as well. And he still said there could be still have reopened talks between Arsenal and City. Arsenal City could still have talks about a swap deal with Sanchez and Raheem Sterling. In necessary, City may go along with this of offering Raheem Sterling if they think Sanchez is going to be on the verge of joining PSG instead of Manchester City. So they may offer Sterling, but City were reluctant and were offloaded to offload Sterling, in the window as part of the deal with Alexis Sanchez, as we all know. City spent a lot of money in the August window. You've got a class team now. You've got the likes of Aguero. They've got the likes of Gabriel. They've got the likes of Gabriel Jesus there. Scoring goals for fun. So we will. And that's basically what's it about this. So PSG could still possibly land Sanchez, and it's actually reported in the Sun. 24 goals last season. He scored, I think, once this season so far. He hasn't played a full 90 minutes yet this season. And Alexis Sanchez for Arsenal. But and we know, as I did, what did I report on earlier now, if I can remember rightly? We did report on, let me get his name up. It's Dayet Kanuma. I can't even pronounce his name. And I said, I'm going to get him up because his name's confusing me. Dayet Kanuma, and apparently Liverpool are interested in this player as well. Dayet Kanuma is a player that's been at Liring, as I said. He's been at Red Salzburg and he's been at RP Leipzig as well. He's at RP Leipzig. He's made 15 appearances so far. He's scored no goals whatsoever as the player. RP Leipzig only got him in January from Red Salzburg. They did pay £10 million. Red Salzburg had purchased him from Liefering for only £2.2 million, but he's only been at RP Leipzig since January, and he is an 18-year-old Frenchman, and apparently Liverpool are after him. He is a centre-back, but apparently if Liverpool want this player, they may have to pay £100 million of his release clause, because when he did sign for RP Leipzig in January, he did sign a 4.5-year deal, did the current player. So apparently Liverpool are interested. We know Liverpool, as I did say, Liverpool still need someone at the back. They need someone at the back, the Liverpool, and RP Leipzig, all in all, he has made 17 appearances, but he has yet to score as the player. For Red Salzburg, he made 22 appearances as well. So, Liverpool are apparently interested in him, but apparently they could be paying up to £100 million for his current release clause, and he's Naby Keita's teammates, as we all know that Liverpool have confirmed. And Van Dijk, Liverpool still may revive the interest in him in January, because Liverpool, still need to reinvest at the back, because they are leaking a lot of goals, Liverpool, and that's where their problems are lying more. They probably still maybe need another number 9 in their team. Liverpool, they haven't been consistent for ages, Liverpool. They were very consistent, when they had the likes of Suarez, and all them players in their team when they nearly won the league about 3 years ago, but didn't materialise. Then there was pretty good, but on Steven Gerrard, I hate him, but I've got to be honest, he was a very, very good player for Liverpool, but Liverpool, still 5-time winners of Champions League, but they still need someone at the back if they're going to be very, very consistent. Liverpool, I don't think they're going to do well in the Champions League. As I said, I don't think they're strong enough, but they need someone at the back. Obviously, with Naby Keita, as I did say, they've confirmed that is a 48 million release clause for Naby Keita. 48 million release clause. There's add-ons included, whether RP Leipzig progress to the Champions League, whether they don't progress to the Champions League. There's still add-ons included in the deal. I think it's between £10 or £20 million. Naby Keita, he's going to be signing a 5-year deal, I presume, with the club next summer. It is a year in advance, and he's very, very ecstatic with this. Is Naby Keita. Liverpool, he was their main target, for the entirety of the window, but they have now landed that player in the process. So he's going to be a very, very good player, in Liverpool's midfield for them. Very combative, very tenacious, good in the air, good at breaking up the play. So he will dramatically improve Liverpool's midfield. Putting him alongside Coutinho, if he's still at Liverpool in January or next summer, and Emre Can if he's still at Liverpool as well, because Emre Can's a player that's also coming to he's coming to an Liverpool did pay a premium for Naby Keita as well, about £7 million. But Emre Can's also coming to an end of his deal. Initially, it did say a couple of weeks ago he was Liverpool wanting the process, wanted to sign him a new deal. He was demanding a release clause as part of his new deal. Was Emre Can, had an impressive start to the season, with Liverpool did Emre a few teams had actually been interested, in Emre Can, as I do keep saying in the process. I think Juventus has been interested. A few teams have been interested. The ex-Bayern Munich player was there a few years, ex-Bayer Leverkusen player, and Liverpool had paid £10 million for him from Bayer Leverkusen. Since his arrival at Liverpool, he has made over a century of senior appearances as Emre Can. But he is a very, very good midfielder. He's Emre Can, and he won quite a few honours with Bayern Munich as well, did Emre Can, during his time with them. So he could still go, because he's coming to an end of his deal soon with Liverpool. So Liverpool do need to reinvest, even though they did get Salah in, he's a very good player for them. They got quite a few players injured, Liverpool. I think, was it 2 or 3 they signed or something like that, but we'll see. But as I do, keep updating, with the Alexis Sanchez case, he did also say Real Madrid were also interested, as I forgot to say. Florentino Perez had discussed with Sanchez's representatives, but now that's going to be a change. I think Real Madrid are going to now not be too bothered. Now they've got Benzema that's just signed a 4-year deal, plus Bale as well. That's still there. I don't think he's any intentions of leaving Real Madrid. Man United have been, there's been news about us being linked to Bale since basically ages. The rumours have been stemming about him potentially coming to Manchester United. The only way I knew we were going to get Bale is if they were going to sacrifice Bale, and Real Madrid were going to get Mbappe in the process, but it didn't materialise. So for me, if Real Madrid want Sanchez, they would basically have to offload Bale, because he would be the favoured player to be sacrificed in the process of that as well. Right there. But so PSG could still get Sanchez, apparently. They could still even go for the player in January, because he will come cheap, will Alexis Sanchez.
Charlie,
What?
there's a towel on radiator for you.
I'm just drinking this.
As quick as you can, sign it.
He could come free, and yes, he's gonna come free next summer. He's Alexis Sanchez as well, and also same with Mesut Ozil as well. As I do keep dating, he could still leave Arsenal. Mesut Ozil, a player I do really, really like. He hasn't got a good record against the big teams, but I'll tell you what, he's very, very good at creating. He's good at linking up the play. He's good at providing. He's good at providing assists, as I said. He's got the most assists. He's the most Premier League player that's produced the most assists, since he's been in the Premier League since 2013, and created more opportunities in the process, as well as Mesut Ozil. And Arsenal have paid £45 million, the most expensive fee for a German player for Mesut Ozil. And it did say Man United were prepared to, Jose Mourinho was prepared to have talks, regarding Mesut Ozil, who was coming to an end of his deal. I think he was initially demanding a higher wage, and his package was Mesut Ozil. And Jose Mourinho was keen on the play, because they were together at Real Madrid, and they were a fantastic bond together. So they may be looking to reunite together, Mesut Ozil and Jose Mourinho in the process. We know he was in Bundesliga for 5 years, was Mesut Ozil as well. And also it did confirm, Arsene Wenger did say that there's been no talks, not the talks between Arsenal and Ozil not fully broken down. He says they admit they have slowed down. It did, the press were reporting there's been no talks since February about signing Ozil a new deal with Arsenal. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the process. But he is a very, very good technical playmaker in the midfield. He's music Ozil. But in midfield, I think Manchester United, look all right in the midfield. To be honest with you, so I'm not too concerned of our midfield. We've got Matic there, who's a player that's good at driving forward. He's got good passing ability. Good at breaking up the play. It's a shame. We've got Pogba injured, but we've still got the likes of Herrera there. We're in the process of securing him a new deal. We've still got Fellaini there, not my one choice, but he has improved this season, in the games that he's come on as a substitute and played, and he's done very, very well. Played very, very well against Basel as well. So my concerns in the Manchester United team, I still think we definitely need that creative winner player that can, provide more crosses into the box. Provide more crosses into the box. Maybe still need a left back, even though we've got Luke Shaw that's just fully recovered from injury. He confirmed being playing with the under-23s, Luke Shaw, and he has been injured, for quite a while as Luke Shaw. But it was good to see him, back in action. Against Burton on a Wednesday night. It was good to see him back in action. Thought he did okay as well. And as good, Ashley Young's now recovered from injury, and it was good to see him. In the last couple in the Everton game, I thought he played well. I thought in the Basel game, he was absolutely fantastic. Was Ashley Young as well. So it was good to see him. We know we've still got Rojo injured, but the only two I think we've got injured is Rojo now and Paul Pogba, in the process. So nothing to really worry about, guys. But yeah, Man United are still going to get a couple of players in January, I should presume. But yeah, Jose Mourinho's done very, very well. Spent over £300 million, in 2 transfer windows, which is very, very good. As I said, so yeah. That's very, very good, as I said, guys. Yep. And as I do, what else would I going to say? As I said now, as I do keep updating, with the Anton Griezmann situation, this could now affect basically our pursuit of Anton Griezmann. Now it basically has been confirmed that Diego Costa is moving to Atletico Madrid. I think it's been officially announced he is on his way to complete the deal with Atletico Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid are going to be paying more than £50 million for Diego Costa. I think it's between £57 million or something like that. But it has been confirmed early on in the window, as I do keep saying, Atletico Madrid were heavily linked with him, and Conte confirmed it was no longer on the club plans with Chelsea. Was Diego Costa. He spent 3 seasons there. Did Diego Costa 4th season in process, but he hasn't featured. He hasn't played for Chelsea, since the FA Cup final last season over there. Chelsea's lost to Arsenal. He's been in Brazil as Diego Costa as well, and he hasn't played in 1 game this season for Chelsea Football Club as Diego Costa. And all in all, he did make over a century appearances. He's made about 120 appearances. He scored 59 goals in the process, and he did bag 20 goals last season. And he's become top scorer for Chelsea in the last couple of years with them as well. And Chelsea had paid £35 million for him back from Atletico Madrid, 32 million, sorry, from Atletico Madrid in 2014. So it has been completed now. I don't think it can happen now, due to the transfer window, as I said, obviously being shut, and due to Atletico Madrid couldn't do it in August due to the transfer ban that we've got, and this is why Griezmann didn't make the move to Manchester United. But I think he will complete the move as soon as the transfer window opens. He will be making the move to Atletico Madrid. Will Diego Costa, and he won honours with Atletico Madrid. Won 2 Premier Leagues with Chelsea, won a League Cup with Chelsea as well. Diego Costa, but he's been allowed, to discuss, as Diego Costa to go to Spain to complete his medical and to discuss the personal terms as well. And this is prior to the medical and prior to the personal terms as well. But I think it is £57 million or something, and he's going to be signing a deal until 2021 is Diego Costa. So now this basically could affect our pursuit of Antoine Griezmann in the process, because Griezmann is looking forward to seeing the arrival of Diego Costa, so they can play together. Griezmann has only scored 1 goal this season, so Griezmann has only scored 1 goal this season, hasn't he? So yeah, that's what you've got to take into account. He's already scored 1 goal this season so far, and he did admit, he did regret the decision that he did not join Manchester United, Antoine Griezmann, which I think he should have done. But he did have that guilty conscience, did he? Because they couldn't find that alternative replacement. Atletico Madrid, and he did estimate 6 out of 10. It did confirm, he'd had discussions with Diego Simeone. He confirmed it could be his last season with Atletico Madrid. Griezmann, I think he's been there now 3 or 4 years, but and he did say, especially if Joe Blanc was to leave, Griezmann probably maybe what? All right. Maybe the next player to leave if John Blanca was to leave. But now in the process, this could affect our pursuit of Griezmann. As we did put 100 million. He said we were going to put 100 million aside, and we were going to go for him January or next summer. When Atletico Madrid's transfer ban up, and he did sign a new deal back in June. Did Antoine Griezmann, and he did score 28 goals last season. As well, did Antoine Griezmann, very, very good in the Euros in 2016 as well. He was risen up the ranks for Real Sociedad fantastic well. He was there for quite a few years. He's been, and he did very, very well. And he made 2 century appearances, scored 112 goals. And, with Atletico Madrid now, he's made, He's made about 113 appearances and scored 61 goals as well. And he won, he won the title with, I think he won a trophy with, Real Sociedad as well. But who is Manchester United's next number 7 going to be? Because I said we need that number 7 because we've had great legends over the years. We've had loads of good number 7s, but Manchester United do need that number 7. As I did say, we do need that number 7. And Griezmann's prolific. He's good in the air. He's got that finishing product. Obviously comparison to Lukaku, and that obviously better. But Lukaku, for me, the sign of the summer. Already 6 goals already in all competitions this season. And for me, I'm going to be honest, I think in the Premier League, the 2 best strikers are Romelu Lukaku and Harry Kane, without a shadow of a doubt. They are the 2 best Premier League strikers, in my opinion. Because Kane's now, I think, Lukaku's now, I think, got 90 goals in the Premier League. He has actually got 90 goals, or is it 91 or something like that? Kane has obviously now got 103 now, all in all for Tottenham. And he scored 80 in the Premier League as well as Kane. And, and Pochettino classified him, he loves Tottenham, he's our player. And, he's made that very, very clear. And what he says is he's no intentions of leaving, even if Tottenham don't gain any silverware, which is what Harry Kane would maybe want, but, due to how much of a good player he is, how good he's risen up the ranks as Harry Kane. So, yeah, we will see what happens in the process of that. Got anything else to update you? So anyway, guys, I think I've finished. Have I? Yeah, I have finished. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribing, press that subscribe button, press the like button as well, and take it easy. And I'll see you later. Bye.